If you want to stand out in 2025, you don't need a six-pack or billionaire routines. You just need to show up like a grown man, because almost no one is. Right now, we're living through one of the strangest dating eras in history. Ask around, women are exhausted, genuinely drained, because it feels like they're going on date after date with men who barely try, barely ask, barely listen, barely plan, barely ask them any questions about themselves, and barely show up with any emotional depth at all. And it's like watching a parade of men walking onto a stage, one after the other, proving the stereotype right. Flaky, confusing, unavailable, avoidant, performative, overconfident but underdeveloped. And from the audience, women are watching and they're thinking, is this really all that's left? But here's the interesting bit. For the men who actually do show up, the bar isn't just low, it's underground. If you're emotionally aware, if you take responsibility, if you communicate clearly, if you're kind without using it as some sort of transactional currency, if you plan a date without having a meltdown or pulling out or ghosting or disappearing, you're already rare. People don't want a perfect man. They want a man who acts with intention. Someone who shows up on his own volition without having to be begged into making an effort. Right now, the dating landscape is basically a long audition where men are forgetting their lines, storming off the stage, mumbling excuses or trying to look cool instead of being human. So if you are the man who can step onto the stage and say, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is how I show up, then you stand out instantly. Not because you're better, but because you're authentic, because you're real. And here's the thing, women aren't asking for anything extraordinary. Speak to them. Most people are asking for presence, reliability, for follow-through, for honesty, for emotional steadiness. And the big one, for a man who actually likes women, instead of tolerating them. If you can offer that, not as a performance, but as a baseline, then the dating world becomes a totally different place. Effort isn't desperate. Emotional intelligence isn't simping. Showing up isn't weak. It's attractive, reliable, secure, masculine energy that carries weight. The men who show up in 2025 always win, and they always will. Big hug.